All right, so Title Match Wrestling presenting these exclusive interviews here at Wrestlecade. And no matter where you're from, no matter what line of work you do, chances are you know my guest here, and that's Al Snow.
Maybe not, I don't know.
Well,
You may possibly not know.
It could be a different line of work.
Could be.
We don't want to judge.
Could do magic for the blind, which is awesome. I do that now. We give back to the community. They love card tricks.
They do?
Yeah, you just got to say ta-da after every trick. They don't know anything happens. So.
And then they clap.
It's like, is this your card? And they're like, I don't know. And you're like, it is. And they're like, ta-da. And they're like, oh my God, how do you do it? It's just incredible.
Magic for the blind, everybody. So you have had a career that began here in the Carolinas when you ventured from Lima down to your first training, so to speak.
First tryout, which was with Ole and Gene Anderson at the Charlotte Coliseum, where basically they beat me up for about 4 or 5 hours and then sent me back home on a 24-hour bus ride. And then I continued to endeavor.
You didn't quit.
I didn't quit. Chose to continue on, and I've had a 35-year career so far. So.
And I know that, we got to talk about the collar and elbow brand, because that to me is like one of the coolest.
You gotta get your shirt.
Yeah, for a low price?
For free.
Ooh,
for you.
Thank you.
For free.
And how can fans order that? Because I do want to mention that.
They go to collarandelbowbrand.com. You can use one of the sponsored athlete codes. You'll take 10% off. While there, you can also round up your purchase, and then all the roundup money goes to contributions to the Cauliflower Alley Club and their charitable endeavors with former boxers and wrestlers who are down on their luck and need a little bit of help once in a while.
And throughout the years, whether you were personally training guys or competing yourself or as an agent producer with various companies, you've seen sort of the evolution of athletes and professional wrestling today.
Yes.
There are times when guys like you and me and our generation, we kind of look at the wrestlers of today and we go, it ain't like it used to be.
Well,
how do we get past that? What do we do?
We'll never get past that. I mean, it's when I first broke into wrestling, there were older guys that were there that would say, it's not like it used to be, or these kids, or that was always there. That's always been the case. It always will be. But wrestling hasn't changed. I know that everybody likes to espouse the belief that professional wrestling has changed. It's developed, it's evolved, it's grown. The presentation is more sophisticated because the audience is more sophisticated, but it's not changed. It is still a physical art form of telling a story within the context of a competitive situation. And the problem is that so many of the wrestlers these days have gotten so far away from that competitive thing. And that is the only thing that an audience wants to believe in. They want to believe in why you do something and who you are as a character or personality. And the wrestlers focus too much today on what they do, not on who they are and why they did it. And to prove that point, think of some of the most successful wrestlers in the history of the wrestling business. Dusty Rhodes, H-Boy, H-Boy Buddy Rogers, Ric Flair, Steve Austin, The Rock. You can always describe who those people are to a non-wrestling fan. You can motivate someone to watch the wrestling show in a sentence or less by describing these wrestlers. And that's what makes those guys successful. And with the wrestlers today, because they focus so much on what they do, not on who they are or why they do it, you can't describe them to a non-wrestling fan. You can't turn and say, oh, you got to watch the show. There's this guy, he's A, B, C, D, E. He's incredible. And the guy go, oh, okay, he sounds cool. He's really good. He does great moves. That doesn't mean anything. So
I'm doing commentary for New Japan Pro Wrestling. We're in Osaka.
Yeah.
I'm there with Don Callis.
Yeah.
We're walking down the street early in the morning, and I saw Head Head had a long night.
Oh.
Head was looking a little rough.
Well, they will.
I took a picture.
They get drunk. Head will go out and, it's strip clubs until God knows what time, and then we're making it hail because we don't have money and we're going to throw change. So.
Of all the things that you ever thought one day I'm going to have a mannequin head that will be my accoutrement.
It's not only my accoutrement, it's my best friend,
Yes.
it's my confidant, you know. It's never been a lonely night since that time, and you know, but thank God, you know, for the grace of God and a plastic head, otherwise I wouldn't have had a career. So, you know, and thank God they don't have no hands, or they'd be signing all the checks. You know.
Well, they might be able to drive every once in a while.
That's scary. They have lost their license on occasion.
Yeah.
You never want to get them behind the wheel.
I was over talking to our good friend Mick Foley a bit ago, and of course he brought up the, you know, Kennel from Hell match that we recalled.
Yes.
He brought up that, and I was like, oh yeah. We and Christian's over there, and Christian, Edge, and I were mixed stooges.
Oh,
Remember?
you guys were definitely mixed stooges. Yeah.
We laughed at every bad joke.
And did the big fake pronounced laugh to make it even funnier, even if it wasn't funny.
Right.
Yeah, I know the gimmick. Yeah. And the Kennel from Hell match, listen, even people in porn know you don't work with kids or animals, okay? So what's the thing that we do? Let's have a match that involves animals. Let's build the entire story of the match, all contingent on interaction with these animals. Here's the best part. Don't listen to me when I tell every person who would listen or within earshot, get trained animals. I can't emphasize that enough. Trained animals.
We wanted sadistic, bloodthirsty, flesh-ripping Rottweilers.
And what we got were, they made a phone call to a veterinarian clinic in the Charlotte location and got a list of names of people who had some Rottweilers that one had some obedience training. So the dogs were fornicating, urinating and defecating to the point to where they couldn't show them on TV. So now you've built for months this entire story on something you can't utilize at all.
Right. It's the magic of television.
It's the magic of wrestling.
Yes, it is.
Yay, I love pro wrestling.
And speaking of magic, the magic for the blind career continues.
It just takes off, I'm telling you. I'm thinking about opening up a karaoke bar for the deaf. I think that's going to go over really well.
I smell money.
I smell something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's money.
That's Al Snow, everybody. He's my good friend. We're here at Wrestlecade.